Welcome to another episode of Basic Business Concepts for the Average Person. If I have not said it to you, Happy New Year and all the best for 2021. My name is Dr. Wilbert Connor, and today we're going to be looking at disposable income. To dispose of is to get rid of, to throw away. But in economics, the intent of usage is not to get rid of income in a negative way, not at all. It's the amount available for spending. Disposable income, the amount available for spending. By a simple definition, disposable income is your total income minus all current taxes. Federal income tax, state taxes, social security, etc. So a milder perspective is the money that is available to use without any encumbrance. The amount of income that an individual has at his or her disposal is dependent on varying factors, and we can look at three basic factors. The gross income level, that is the amount of money that you get. The tax level, as I alluded to, at the state and the federal level, on your income, that is. And the factors such as, unfortunately, child support and other court or legal financial commitments. These affect your disposable income level. How one spends or disposes of that income is another question altogether. So because we work, we get remunerated. That remuneration is either a salary or a wage. Salary is associated with non-hourly pay, and wages, hourly pay. So we get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly in some cases. And just a quick story here. Of course, I'm from the Caribbean. When I worked in mostly in management and supervisory positions. So my pay structure, my pay period was monthly. So for all these years, I got paid on a monthly basis. When I migrated to the US, although I started with a managerial position, I also got paid on a bi-weekly basis. And I said to myself, wow, that sounds funny. I'm going to get money more frequently, so I may spend it more frequently. I have to restructure in my mind how I'm going to budget. But it just happens. Right? And I'm saying all of this to say that not only does the quantity of your disposable income vary because of job classification and the job type, but the frequency varies as well, and this can impact spending habits. So not only does the amount of your disposable income vary because of your job classification or the type of job that you have, but it also varies in frequency, as I alluded to, weekly, bi-weekly, or as we say, fortnightly or monthly. For simplification reasons, lawyers, for example, doctors, engineers, operation managers, etc., they typically get salaries as part of their pay structure. Also, their disposable income is typically and generally higher to commensurate with their qualifications, their experience, their title in some cases, etc. Hourly paid workers, on the other hand, tend to have lower incomes, minimal qualifications required, etc., and therefore a smaller amount of disposable income. And of course, you are associated with one or two. And for those of you who have more than one job, it can be both cases. So you probably get a salary, or you probably get a wage, and of course your hours may vary, etc., so it affects your disposable income level. Of course, there are exceptions where skilled workers tend to have attractive hourly compensation. For example, the airline mechanic, the medical specialist who charges by the hour. There is also another exception that I want to point out at this time. It's the workers who, like for example, salespeople who work on commission. Their earnings vary depending on the amount of sales that they can acquire during a set period of time. And of course, some of them can earn large amounts of money depending on the field they're in, and of course depending on how good they are as salespeople. So the quantity of your disposable income, that is the amount of your take-home pay, I'm sure that's an expression you're accustomed with, and the frequency of your respective pay periods affects how you use or dispose of that income. This, my friend, explains why I chose to briefly explain disposable income. You may have heard of some expressions of using the actual term itself doesn't sound appropriate, because as I said from the start, to dispose of means to get rid of or to throw away. But you don't throw away your income. You don't just, as I said, get rid of your income. No, people don't do that. Of course, there are some people who waste money, which may be the same as getting rid of it, but for normal people, we don't get rid of our income, so we don't throw it away. Some people choose to be more fiscally disciplined and develop and be guided by what we call budgets, whether they are weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. They do that based on the disposable income that they receive. So if your income is predictable, this is possible and practical. But if you are a salesperson or one who works on commission, or your income may not be predictable at all times. Briefly, another aspect of disposable income I want to mention is the value of your income. Over time, the value of your disposable income changes. Inflation, which results in price increases, negatively affects how much you may be able to buy in 1 or 2 years down the road. So your take-home pay in time will be affected because of inflation. For example, $100 may not be able to buy as much as it does today. Tax levels may remain the same, but they can also increase or decrease. And in the real world, taxes normally go up and not necessarily the other way around. We hope by then your salary or your wage level would have increased, or you may have gotten a promotion or another job to compensate for the possible modifications that may arise. And this is the real world. So when we look at these basic business concepts, we're looking at things that affect you as an individual, affect your home, your spending, your earnings, etc. So let us quickly review. We looked at 3 factors that affect your disposable income level. Disposable income, sorry. So it depends on your gross income level, your tax level, and factors such as child support and or other legal financial commitments that are imposed by the courts. So again, disposable income, it is your total income that you earn minus current taxes. I hope this was helpful to you. Any questions, please feel free. Any comments, please feel free to submit that. Please like, subscribe, and assist us as we go along our journey with looking at basic business concepts. I thank you for viewing. Have a great day and be good.